comply. Cannot comply. Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. 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 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
State funeral held for Prince Harold de Val. Pilots Federation alert, for the attention of all commanders. Rare commodities required by the Empire in the Bull system. The state funeral of Prince Harold de Val has begun on Capitol. An official week of mourning has been declared throughout the Empire. Emperor Arisa Lavigny de Val opened the ceremony, delivering a eulogy for her half-brother. Princess Aisling de Val, Harold's daughter, was also in attendance but was too emotional to address the huge crowds. Messages of condolence from across the galaxy were on holographic display, including from Alliance Prime Minister Redmond Mahone and Federal President Zachary Hudson. Even Hadrian de Val, the exiled leader of Nova Imperium, paid respects to his late uncle. The body of the prince, contained within a jeweled transparent casket, was paraded through the city by a company of Imperial Guard. It will remain in state for 2 weeks prior to internment in the Hall of Martyrs. The Imperial Palace will host a memorial ceremony to honor Harold de Val, for which rare commodities have been requested before Thursday 1st October. Ngadandari fire opals, Esuseku caviar, Lathian brandy, and Kamitra cigars should be delivered to Otama Station in the Bull system, where the White Templars will transport them to Capitol after security vetting. Commanders of the Pilots Federation will be assigned an Akanar system permit alongside financial rewards. To further encourage participation, Gutimaya Corporation will apply a discount of up to 25% for all ship purchases according to the amount of rare items provided. Successful initiatives to produce new starports. Pilots Federation alert, for the attention of all commanders. New starports to be constructed in 10 systems. 2 projects to resource the upgrading of refinery outposts into starports have concluded. The aim is to increase efficiency for fleet carrier owners who use large ships for transporting tritium fuel. Kevinor Spaceframes Limited published this statement from CEO Susanna Haynes. Thanks to a generous number of deliveries, we will have in place fully functioning Orbis starports for the start of October in the Fugin, HR 4979. Wolf 294, Lambda 2 Tucani and Patriti systems. All participating traders can now collect their rewards at Blau Hub in the Tench system. A similar announcement came from Dean Bradigan, Director of Steel Castle Incorporated. The many shipments that we received will enable us to provide new Coriolis stations in the LHS 4058, Chakpa, Galibese, Itasefe and Ninabin systems by the beginning of October. We hope these will provide services to travelers for many years to come. Rewards for all pilots who delivered these minerals are now available at Tenghui Station in the Nagasaru system. Obituary: Prince Harold de Val. The Imperial Herald has published an obituary of Prince Harold de Val, who was assassinated by NMLA terrorists. Born in 3230 to Emperor Hengist, Harold de Val reacted against his father's Puritan lifestyle by filling his days with partying and debauchery, becoming the black sheep of the de Val family. It was probably accidental that Harold had a child with entertainer Imogen Gabriellini, but they married shortly before her narcotics-related death. His daughter, Princess Aisling de Val, has always spoken warmly of her loving father. Emperor Hengist eventually decreed that his son was not fit for the throne, despite being his only heir. Harold never contested this, perhaps relieved to allow half-sister Arisa Lavigny de Val to take his place. In recent years Harold became a recluse on Capitol, suffering ill health from a lifetime of excesses. But a father's protective instinct motivated him to travel to Aisling's home system after it was attacked. Tragically, despite always renouncing power, merely being a de Val made him a target to those same Republican terrorists. As the Empire mourns Prince Harold, suspicions arise that the NMLA were aided by inside knowledge of his ship's itinerary and security, throwing an uneasy shadow over the legacy of this eccentric, endearing man. Arrest made in Starship One criminal case. An officer in the Federal Navy Engineering Corps has been arrested for sabotaging the presidential vessel Starship One. A statement was made by Milend Walker of the Federal Attorney's Office. Chief Technician Rory Webster was the department head of engineering for Starship One. Testimonies from members of Mr. Webster's team claim that he ordered unauthorized adjustments to the ship's hyperdrive systems while in dry dock, shortly before its launch in May 3301 and subsequent destruction. This case is now being brought before the Federal High Court, where Mr. Webster will stand trial for mass murder and attempted treason. There has been no comment from President Zachary Hudson, but Shadow President Felicia Winters told the press, "This was a truly horrific tragedy, and there must be justice for all those who lost their lives on that sad day." The apparent death of many Federation leaders aboard Starship One resulted in Winters briefly becoming acting president, shortly before Hudson won a vote of no confidence. There has been much media attention regarding how this event proved pivotal to both of their political careers. Community support required for starport conversions. Pilots Federation alert, for the attention of all commanders. Trading commodities required in Nagasaru and Tench systems. 2 construction companies have requested materials to convert refinery outposts into starports, to assist owners of fleet carriers who use large vessels for tritium refueling. Susanna Haynes, CEO of Governor Space Frames Limited, stated, "With the galactic community's help, we can upgrade a maximum of 5 outposts into Orbis starports. Our intermediaries, Tench Universal Holdings, will accept deliveries of building fabricators, power generators and thermal cooling units at Blau Hub in the Tench system." There were similar requests from Dean Bradigan, director of Steel Castle Incorporated. For travelers who find the familiar sight of Coriolis stations welcoming, here's a chance to build up to 5 more. We ask for shipments of bauxite, gallite and rutile to be delivered to CQC Holdings at Tenghui Station in the Nagasaru system. The number of starports will depend on the amount of materials delivered. The target systems in order of priority are Fugin, HR 4979, Wolf 294, Lambda 2 Tucani, Patriti, LHS 4058, Chakpa, Galibese, Eta Cephei and Ninabin. If successful, upgrading will be done for the start of October. Both initiatives begin on 17th of September 3306 and will run for 1 week. If the final targets for a campaign are met earlier than planned, it will end immediately. Death of a de Val. Imperial news sources have confirmed that Prince Harold de Val was assassinated by NMLA terrorists while traveling incognito to the Samias system. Emperor Arisa Lavigny de Val broadcast this address. "It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved Prince Harold. A state funeral at the Hall of Martyrs is being arranged and there will be a period of mourning, as is customary for esteemed members of the imperial family. There will be opportunities for all citizens to honor Harold's memory in an appropriate manner. Princess Aisling de Val, Harold's daughter, appeared uncharacteristically distressed when she gave a brief statement to the media. "It's a huge loss to us all that. I'm sorry. I can't believe this has happened. He can't be gone. I used to have some sympathy for the Marlinists, but now they took him from us. They took my daddy." The NMLA also attacked starports in the SAMIS, Gab Georges, LHS 4031 and RAB systems. The Empire is now on heightened alert, and the Senate has approved new counter-terrorism initiatives proposed by Senator Denton Patrius. Prince Harold Deval assassinated. Prince Harold Deval is dead after a targeted assassination attempt by the Neo-Marlinist Liberation Army. The Empire has imposed a media blackout on these events, and no official statement has been made. However, independent journalist Gwendolyn Nash published this on the scene report for Vox Galactica. From interviewing multiple sources, we gather that a single assassin managed to infiltrate Harold Deval's personal transport. He was killed by shipboard guards but not before shooting the prince at close range. The NMLA claimed responsibility for this attack in its latest propaganda broadcast, which referred to the Deval family as imperialist parasites. The extremist group also demanded that Marlinists everywhere must rise up and demand a democratic republic. Harold Deval was famously declared unfit for the throne by Emperor Hengist, and has been out of the public eye ever since. He rarely left capital but was making an unpublicized journey to visit his daughter Aisling Deval, presumably in response to the recent terrorist attack in the SAMIS system. It remains unknown how the NMLA knew of the prince's itinerary, or managed to breach security on his ship. Inquiry
System scan complete.
into Starship One's destruction concludes. An independent inquiry by the Fed...
Frame shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Fuel scooping. Scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.